Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Phoenix Physiotherapy. Today I am going to discuss about a condition which is very common and many of us have experienced. This is known as plantar fasciitis, which causes pain in the bottom of the heel. About 90% of cases are treated successfully by conservative method. It can happen to anyone, but it is very commonly seen in middle-aged people, especially females. And also it is very common in athletes. So let's start the video.
Plantar fasciitis, management of heel pain at home.
So let us understand what is plantar fascia. Plantar fascia is a thick band of connective tissue which lies beneath the skin. It runs at the bottom of the foot. One end is attached to the calcaneal tubercle of the heel and the other end is attached to the toes or the head of metatarsus. Functions of plantar fascia. It supports the medial arch. It stabilizes the foot during weight-bearing activities like standing, jumping, etc. It acts as a shock absorber. What is plantar fasciitis? This is an inflammation of the connective tissues known as the plantar fascia that runs across the bottom of the foot. It causes stabbing kind of pain. More than 10 million cases per year in India. So whenever stress on the fascia is more than its capacity to withstand the load on the foot, the fascia can get damaged or torn. Hence, this fascia or band gets inflamed and irritated, which produces pain and stiffness. Plantar fasciitis is very common in athletes and middle-aged, especially females. Now let us understand what is heel spur and how it is associated with plantar fasciitis. A heel spur is a bony outgrowth which develops around the heel bone. It is basically a calcium deposit. It is visible in an X-ray film. Heel spur is commonly associated with plantar fasciitis. People with plantar fasciitis have risk for developing heel spur. Plantar fasciitis for a prolonged period of time may lead to heel spur. It causes sharp pain on standing up in the morning. In this slide, you can see the X-ray film image where you can very clearly see the bony outgrowth that is known as the heel spur that comes out of the heel. Now let us understand some of the risk factors which lead to plantar fasciitis. First point, tight calf muscles. Tightness in the calf muscle, it causes limited ankle mobility, which puts a lot of additional weight on the fascia. Second point, obesity. Third point, flat foot and high arch deformity. Then repetitive high impact sports activities like running, aerobics, etc. This causes repetitive strain on the fascia, which leads to inflammation of the fascia. Fifth point, improper shoe fit or very old or worn out shoes. Sixth point, improper way of walking or standing. Improper way of walking or standing, it affects the weight distribution pattern that puts a lot of load on the plantar fascia. Then seventh point, new or increased activity. Lastly, certain occupations which requires long hours of standing, like for example, teachers, factory workers, traffic police, etc. Symptoms or clinical presentation. Heel pain in first few steps in early morning after getting up from bed. Heel pain in first few steps after getting up from a sitting position. Long period of sitting. Calf stiffness. Toe walking and limping is seen. Pain increases on walking barefoot on hard surfaces. Increase in pain after exercise or any activity. Diagnosis is based on medical history and physical examination. A doctor or a physiotherapist checks for the tenderness in the foot and also checks for any deformity. X-ray film may show presence of heel spur. Conservative method of treatment. Physiotherapy is an important method of treatment of plantar fasciitis. About 90% of plantar fasciitis patients are successfully treated by conservative methods. Some of the important included are electrotherapy, which includes ultrasound therapy and TENS therapy, using of foot wedges or silicone insoles, joint mobilization technique, stretching and strengthening exercises, IASTM, that is instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization technique, taping technique and gait training. An important note, treatment plan is based on assessment and clinical examination.
In electrotherapy, a physio uses ultrasound therapy and TENS therapy to treat plantar fasciitis. So in ultrasound therapy, ultrasonic waves are used which helps in healing of plantar fascia inflammation by improving the blood flow to the area. In TENS therapy, there is use of low frequency electrical current to stimulate the fascia in order to improve the blood flow, and also it helps in blocking the body's pain signal. So these two modalities are used to reduce pain and inflammation.
Supportive devices like silicone insoles and heel cushions can be used.
IASTM technique. In athlete, due to the repetitive high impact movement, plantar fasciitis is very common, and over time the tissues becomes fatigued and more prone to microtrauma. Due to the recurrent stress, this leads to formation of scar tissue. In such condition, instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization techniques can be used. The goal of instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization technique is used to remove scar tissue and breaking and releasing of adhesion. This helps in increasing the blood and nutrient supply to the injured area. Through instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization tools, appropriate pressure can be applied to the fascia for releasing the scar tissue. Taping helps to stabilize the plantar fascia and provides support to the arch of the foot.
Goals of treatment: to reduce pain and inflammation, to strengthen the muscles surrounding the plantar region or the foot muscles, to improve the walking pattern for prevention of further injury, lifestyle modification to prevent reoccurrence of injury. Now I am going to demonstrate some of the home care tips and exercises when you are suffering from plantar fasciitis. So first thing that you need to remember is to take proper rest. In activities which requires a lot of standing, or when we do a lot of barefoot walking, it increases the load on the fascia, which will increase the pain and inflammation. So such kind of load has to be off from the foot. So this, if we follow, it will help in healing of the fascia.
Take a bottle and fill it up with water and then freeze it. Take it out and keep it on the floor. Put your foot on the bottle and roll it. Do this activity for 10 to 15 minutes and 3 to 4 times a day. This helps to reduce inflammation of the fascia.
People who are into sports activity, it is always advisable to apply ice at the end of the day once they are done with their sports.
Sit on the mat or bed with your legs extended and put it around 1 foot. Hold both the ends of the towel with your hands. Now gently pull your toes towards your shin until you feel the stretch in your calf. Maintain this stretch for 10 to 15 seconds and do it for 5 times. Seated plantar fascia stretch. Sit on a chair and cross the injured foot over the other leg. With one hand hold the heel and the other hand fingers hold the base of your toes. Pull the toes back towards the shin until you feel the stretch. Maintain this stretch for 10 to 15 seconds and repeat it for 5 times. Self massage. You can do this technique just after you get up from the bed or when you get up from chair after sitting for a longer time. All you need to do is you can use your tip of your fingers or knuckles to make circular movements with little pressure. So this is the way you have to make the circular motion. This tissue massage techniques will help in improving the blood flow to the plantar fascia, which will help in healing and also break scar tissues or adhesion if at all present. Once you are done with the circular massage, using thumbs of both of your hands,
Give a deeper stroke to the plantar fascia this way. Do this massage for 8 to 10 minutes. Standing calf stretch. You have to face the wall, stand little away from the wall. Place your hands on the wall for support. Place one foot back, bend your front leg and keep your back leg straight so that you can feel the stretch in your calf. Maintain this stretch for 10 to 15 seconds. Repeat it for 5 times. Toe curl exercise. Place a towel on the floor. With your toes, grab the towel. Hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. Repeat this process for 10 to 15 times. This exercise helps in strengthening of intrinsic foot muscles. Ankle movement exercise. You have to sit on a chair, move your ankle up and down. In and out. Circular movements, both clockwise and anti-clockwise. Each movement you have to do it for 10 to 15 counts. Standing calf raise or heel raise. You have to stand straight with your feet apart. You have to push your toes down and raise your heel until you stand on your toes. You can do this exercise with wall support or chair support. You can also do this exercise without any support. You have to do this for 10 repetitions and 3 sets. Toe extension in standing position. You have to extend your big toe. Do this exercise for 10 counts and 3 sets. Thanks for watching. Kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel.